Because once we don't have,
sorry,
once we don't, no, it's okay. Once we don't have customers, like new customers, that means we don't have clients. That means our project is not sustainable in the future. So the leaderboard show us what, how we are progressing.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thanks, Joel. Fantastic. Let me start this with, the simple question I asked is, for every company or for every person, right? There is, what I would like to call as the beating heart of that company, or the beating heart of that initiative. It is without, if that heart stops, we will die, right? So if you think about that for 1 minute, what is the beating heart of StepUp? You can say, somebody will say winning clients, like pitching to clients and winning clients, because that is the beating. If you don't win clients, then that could be the beating heart of StepUp, right? Someone could say the beating heart of StepUp is working for a client. If you don't work properly, then you will fail. So that could be the beating heart of StepUp. Or somebody could say the beating heart of StepUp is training. We have to, if we can get trained somehow, then it doesn't matter whether StepUp gives us a job or who gives us a job. We all can, earn our own money through StepUp somewhere else. So you can say reskilling is the beating heart of StepUp. You can say that, right? If that is the beating heart of StepUp, if you think about it, we don't look at any of these three things every week. We don't look at how good we are reskilling all the people. It's not. We don't really we don't look at how many clients we are winning every week. We don't, right? We just announce and then we get on with it. We don't look at how we are working with client. We keep looking at it every once in 2 months, once in 3 months, but we don't look at it every week. We don't look at it every day, right? But we look at the simple thing that you do. In fact, it's a simple thing that you do, and it is not even giving results in a big way so far. Yeah. I mean, look, we shouldn't be, afraid to accept what is the reality, right? The reality is we have worked really hard, but we haven't got big results on the back of, the work that we have done. But still, we come back every week and keep looking at this number and keep asking question, why have you not, been sending the thing? It's really interesting, right? The more important thing is winning clients. The more important thing is, working with clients and making them happy. But we don't review that every week. We review the least important thing, which is, just contacting new people every day. Does anybody want to tell me why this is the beating heart of StepUp? At least as far as I am concerned, this is the beating heart of StepUp. If you do this, nobody can stop us from succeeding. But do you know why? Can somebody just, maybe a minute or two, why do you think reaching out to clients, reaching out to 10, 20, 30 clients every single day is the most important thing of StepUp? Yes, Richard or Chem, both of you can talk.
Can I talk?
Yes, please, Richard, go ahead.
Yeah, this is Jackson.
Oh, sorry, Jackson, go ahead. Oh, Jackson, can you try again? We're not able to speak. Richard, can I ask you to go on mute? Yeah, Jackson, can you try again? No, I'm not able to hear anything, Jackson. Just put your words in the chat. That'll be good. Isra, you want to go next? No, Jackson, we're not able to hear anything. But don't worry. Just type it in the chat. I'll open the chat right now and keep it open. Isra, you want to say something, or Richard, you want to say? Why is the beating heart of StepUp? Why is the simple act of contacting 20 to 30 clients every single day is the beating heart of StepUp? Why?
Anis?
Yes, Shem.
Yeah,
yeah, Shem, go ahead.
Yeah, as far as I'm concerned, I believe that every client that StepUp has got, that we actually got those clients from reaching out to potential clients, and we've got a bunch of refugees and new graduates. So I believe that landing their first job depends on sending connections. So I believe this is exactly the bits of StepUp. But also the point here is that sending connections also, it's also builds the credibility for the StepUp members. So their connections keeps on increase.
Yeah. Thanks, Shem. Anyone else want to just just one or two words? Why do you think sending connection is the beating heart of StepUp? Yes, Jean-Marie.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Sorry, Jean-Marie. Jean-Marie, let's give a chance to Isra because she raised her hand before. Yes, Isra. Sorry.
Okay. One, it is because it is a way of marketing. If we don't send connections to potential clients every day, people will not get to know about StepUp. Even though they will not hire us, they will at least get to know that StepUp is existing. So if maybe we sent one message to one person in the company, maybe he will be able to explore the same idea to other work members, maybe to tell them like this thing is existing. But if we don't send connections, no one will get to know about us, and getting job also will be not that easy. So sending messages.
Yeah, no, I agree. Basically, you're saying if we don't even tell who we are, then how are we going to get anything happen, right? Yeah, that's true, very true. But still, I'm looking for why, because working for a client is also important. Winning new business is also important, right? But why is that not the beating heart of StepUp? Why don't I have a list of all clients that we have won and go through each one of them every week? I go through this thing that you guys do in so much numbers, right? Clients are more important than contacts, right? This is just raw, true brute force. We are forcefully contacting people, right? Yes, Jean-Marie.
Yes. Hello.
Yes.
Yeah, I think we are all on the same page. Comparing even in the Kakuma where we are located as the people working at StepUp, if I compare the way we started, if you narrate the story of StepUp, the way it sounded, it was a totally different the way it can sound today, because it's more of existence. Even in Kakuma youth, you can hear people talking about StepUp.One. But before, even when you go to tell the story about StepUp.One, it could be somehow difficult to make someone understand. So I think this is the same way we are doing online, the existence online. We are trying to knock the door to everyone, and I am sure at the end of the day, we will get even more than even what we expect, because we are now knocking the door. We are now knocking the door. Then, though they are not coming back and they give us a job, but they know us, and there will be a time where they will now come, or when we knock a door again, or they see us from online through the marketing we are doing, they contact us and they give us a job. Let's now continue doing whatever we are doing. I think our end goal is to get job, and the job will come even more than what we are getting today. Yeah, that is my view.
Very well said. Very well said. Thank you. So I don't want to expand this point, but let me tell you, because any company, in fact, myself and Mohammed, we were also talking about this. Any company or any human being, we need to find out what is the beating heart of our thing, right? If we are able to, if we know what is the beating heart of StepUp, or beating heart of Jean-Marie, or beating heart of Mohammed, or beating heart of Joel, then we can basically do that, very well, so in the case of StepUp, after thinking about it a long time, we all thought this is what is there in our hand. Reaching out and knocking on the doors of new clients is something that we control, right? We control that entirely. If we don't do that properly, who's to blame? Abdur Razak is to blame, Ahmed Ali is to blame, Bayard is to blame, Elmi is to blame. We don't have to blame, our clients for that. Reaching out is our job, right? If we fail in reaching out, it's our failure. It's not the failure of the client. If you don't even knock, if you don't even take the message to the target, audience, how are you expected to win, right? So the beating heart of StepUp is our ability to knock on the doors of millions of people. And the door has to give in. We will keep on knocking, because the message that we have is so powerful. It needs to, deliver results. It's not a small message. It is not. It's a huge value proposition. If it reaches the hands of any decent person who's willing to hear us out, right, we should be able to get a job from him right away, because the value is so high, the price is so low. I cannot understand why somebody would not want to hire us, right? So this is the beating heart of StepUp, and I think you guys, I don't think many of you don't still realize it, including me. We always think winning is the beating heart of StepUp. Winning will happen anyways. Nobody can stop us from winning, but winning will stop if this one will stop. If this stops, there is no winning. You might have a few clients here and there, but you will not win. Anyways, so I just wanted to share, a few, things. So Jackson says, with StepUp.One, basically, we cannot do with our reaching professionals or potential clients what we offer. Yeah, of course. Yeah, this is basically what Isra has also said, right? It's a way of telling our message, right? So just quickly looking at the August, we decided in the month of we will give, instead of giving prizes to the people on the top. So if you look at this, the month of August winners, or rather the month of which one? July, right? July. It looks like Abdi Mahat Dahir. I think he's sent 1,838 messages. in the last 30 days. He started with 350, it has gone to 2,188. It'll be amazing if I don't know whether Abdi Mahat is here, but it'll be great to know how he's doing this actually. Ahmed Abdul Qadir Muhammad has done 1,300. Muhyiddin Abdul Qadir has sent 1,057. Yahya has sent 954. Elmi has sent 576, right? Extra. These are the extra that they have sent in the month of July. So these guys are really done a phenomenal job, right? Anthony has done 400. Emmanuel has done 340. Yunus has done 339. Jonas has done 308. So these are really good numbers. But a lot of you have really, dropped back as well, Yes. Yes, Abdul Mahat, you want to say something? Can you tell us how you've been able to do 1,838 in just the month of July? It's quite a remarkable number, actually. It's really high. People are not able to do this in 6 months, but you have done it in 1 month. I mean, anybody who in the top 10, right? Elmi, Yahya, Muhyiddin, Ahmed, Abdul Mahat, any of you, this is amazing achievement, right? This is really good. And all of you will anyway be getting your, the 500 shillings from Bahana. Yes, Elmi, you have something to say?
Yeah, I'm saying you can reach the good number of monthly nani achievement if you when you're doing day and night. You can send the contact when you get limitation of link. You can wait, then you can send it again after maybe 3 hours or 4 hours. It can be even allow you to send it again nani invitation.
Cool. No, thank you, Elmi, actually. So that is what, we are also, little worried about whether, some of you are sending it in the right way, whether the way you are sending, because, we don't want you to get, restricted or, get into problems later on. So we want to make sure that we verify every single one of the person who's listed in, yellow here. So I announced the competition last month that anybody who sends more than 400, will win the prize, which means only these 5 people should win the prize, right? The top 5, including Elmi, Yahya, only 5 of them are eligible for, winning because they are the only people who have done more than 400, right? But I decided to, extend that list, just for this month to every single person in this yellow list who has done more than 100 connections. I hope you can see my screen. That's nearly 30 people. So we are going to pay all the 30 people for the work that they have done in the month of July. But we have to be careful and we have to make sure that you're doing it in the right way. So which is why I have asked all of you to send 2 screenshots, right? And your M-Pesa number to Bahana, right? One screenshot is basically a screenshot that shows you, the number of invites you have sent. I'm sure everybody knows this. I don't have to show it or, share it with you, but just so that it's really a simple screenshot, right? I want to know how many messages, you have sent. So it's really simple. You go to my network, you go to your invitations, right? And go to send. So I have sent this is the URL that you need to click. I've already shared this URL with everybody. So when I click this URL, you see that there are 262 people that I have connected with, or I have sent the invitations to 262. You will have another number, right? For example, if Muhyiddin, where is he? Let me just put his thing here. I'll make it into a small one. Yeah. So if Muhyiddin, Abdul Mahad Dahir has sent 1,838 in this month, and totally, he has done 2,188, right? When you go and see this, you will have a number. Let's say that number is 2,000, right, for Abdi Mahad Dahir. And then you go and see your total number of connections. So that is a second thing. Okay, you go to the thing and you look at how many connections that you have. So you click on that. I mean, again, you don't have to click anything. You have the entire URL, so you just have to click on that, and you will be directly. So here you'll know how many connections that you have, right? So let's say for Abdi Mahad, who we just now saw, he has 1,000 connections. Okay, so let's say he has 1,000 connections here, and he has 2,000 invitations sent. So totally, he's got 3,000 people that he's got in touch with. So he got in touch with 3,000 people, 1,000 accepted his connection, and 2,000 are still waiting, right? So we know that he has got roughly 3,000 thing. Then we compare it with your results here. So far you got 2188, which means it is very well within the total thing that you have reached out to. So this is a way in which Bahana will verify whether you're going in the right direction or not. If you're not going in the right direction, he will correct you and he will try to bring you back in the right direction. That's all. We're not trying to become police officers. We are simply trying to find out whether you're going in the right way, in doing this. So every one of you who's marked here in yellow will get your 500 shillings as soon as you share your number of sent requests, number of connections, and your M-Pesa number. Is this clear? Does anybody have any doubts? Oh, wow, that's amazing. Is it that clear to everybody? Okay. All right, cool.
So are you those who are marked in yellow are the ones to send the details to Bahana?
Yes. And
Okay.
do you know why they are marked in yellow?
I don't know.
Okay. So the yellow, unfortunately, look at this, Bugashane and Ian Isaac, they've set 99, I think they've sent 99 connections. It's really unfortunate. What we can do is, maybe we can include both of them also, in yellow. It's really unfortunate. You have to be really, just for this month, I'm going to 100. So basically, I think it was Nestory, right? So basically what I've decided to do this month is anybody who has sent 100 connections this month, I'm going to give them a 500 shillings, just for this month. It is going to be, the cutoff is always going to be 400 every month. But just to encourage everybody and, just to get everybody get started, I'm going to, give, even Bugashane and Ian Isaac a 500 shillings so that, they are able to, get started. My cutoff for 100 connections. So they got cut here. But since they had 99, I'm just going to include both of them also in this list. So all the people, in the first, 45 rows of this Excel, which I will just share it. I mean, you all should have it actually. So can send your thing, the ones on yellow, and you. Why am I not giving any money to Kasi or John Bosco or Raphael? That's because they already got a job. Or Anthony or Shem. Yeah, I hope you guys understand. Why am I not giving money to these guys? Is because they already have a job. They are doing their, they're getting their money anyways. Is this clear to everybody?
Yeah, I would like to confirm too. This is Burberry.
Yeah. Yes, Burberry.
Yes. Yeah, I can see also I'm there in yellow, and I don't I don't know about that the job of mine actually. I don't know whether it was on or not. I fail to understand it. Yeah.
Okay, so Burberry, if something is not started for you, and if you're on the top, we can. Where is your? Yeah, see, look, I know. I have kept it. This is you, right, Burberry Lalu?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I have kept you yellow.
Yeah.
Which is why I have kept you yellow, because your job has not yet started. So even though you got a job, so for example, Rafael, his job got started, for 4 days ago. So that's why, it is not yellow. Whereas you, even though the client has confirmed that they're going to hire you, since it's not started, I have kept you yellow.
Okay.
Okay. So anybody whose job has not yet started and not yet got the money, I am keeping you in yellow. Yeah. Just double check all of these things. Yeah. I hope, I didn't want to spend so much time, but I thought, I will spend a little bit time explaining this once so that, you can double check your own things, the next time I share it with you. From next month onwards, this cutoff, the number of LO will only be up to 400. So if you have not sent 400 connections, which is the minimum connections a month, which is just 20 a day, then I'm not going to, just keep extending this, but I will do it 1 month so that everybody has the money. Everybody has the, there is no excuse afterward. All right. Any comments on this? Anybody has anything to say on this, or you guys are happy? Let me also confirm, if you do not share your screenshot with Bahana, then you're not going to get the money. So, just be aware of that. You have to share your screenshots, whether it is right or wrong, it doesn't matter. Just share your screenshots and, get your money. And if you're wrong, Bahana will try to correct you, and so on and so forth. Okay, cool. Let's get on to the, next set of things that we wanted to do today. So there are a few things that I wanted to talk about today. It's very, very, interesting ones. One, the first one here is we are trying to go from a client engagement. So far, StepUp has only dealt with clients, correct? What do we do as a business? We win clients and we deliver work for them. No. So we have first converted a client to a partner. So I was hoping, Mohammed and Joel, can talk about that. They will, just give their perspectives about that, right now. I'll tell them, I'll ask them to, take over and give you a sense of what is the difference between a client and a partner, right? Because this partnership model is very, very interesting, right? And I want you to think if you could, create some kind of a model for that. That's one. The second one, which I think, I would like, Shem to chip in, Shem, Jean-Marie, to chip in, is they both have identified a country leader, one for Canada and one for Netherlands. And they both are working on behalf of their country leader and trying to, get more and more jobs for their teams, right? So I would like Shem and Jean-Marie to, talk about that country leaders, aspect of it. The third, which I have not yet, even documented, I would like, Sheila and Shem to tell us about this amazing work that they are doing for a client, because it is not social media marketing and it is not social selling. It's a new kind of thing. And I'm really, really interested to learn from Sheila, and they're getting paid $300 a month. It's quite a substantial money. And it's quite a very interesting kind of work, hard work, but good work. Yeah. So I want Sheila and, Shem to tell us about that one. And and then finally the 4 engines, and their leaders. We talked about 4 engines, right? We said we have a reskilling, we have an onboarding engine for which Kisha will be the leader. We'll have a reskilling engine for which Joel will be the leader. We'll have engine for finding jobs, or placing people or whatever, and then working for clients. So we'll have these 4 engines in terms of delivering the results. Each engine has to work independently and it needs to scale independently. So we also want to talk about that today. But let's start with the partnership model, and I will hand over the stage to Mohammed and Joel. We'll start with Mohammed, and Joel can add her bits to this. So Mohammed, would you like to maybe share your screen, or maybe you can even start talking? What is this whole thing about partnership model, and why is it different from client? Yeah, just before you do, Kasi, you have a question? I'll just stop sharing. Yes, Kasi, you have a question, Kasi?
Yes, Anis. I'm afraid that my gadget might go off before we finish the meeting, and I had a question to ask.
Yes.
This is why I'm popping in earlier. So it's like I have some few queries that I wanted to know, because it's like there were some differences between this month. There's during the payment, like I noticed on the leaderboard on the payment sheet, it's like there were some few things that confused me that I did not understand, and it's like I wanted to get a clarification today, because I find it's like I'm working for Bilal. The campaign that I'm doing it for Bilal, but I noticed in the sheet it was mentioned Omar, and
yeah, Kasi. So Kasi.
Yes.
Let's discuss that. I already asked Bahana to check with the client. There is some kind of an issue in terms of the many campaigns going on. They stopped a few. They are working on a few. So don't worry about that. I think that will get sorted out. I know it's nothing to do with Omar Bilal. They both are the same people. They work for the same company. It has to do with what campaign they are doing. So don't worry about that, Kasi. We'll sort it out. I've already spoken to Bahana about it.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, cool. Over to you, Mohammed.
Oh, the other thing is like this month they did pay 8. No, that's 10, which means, and I don't know, maybe there are some changes that occurred, and we didn't know earlier.
No, no, Kasi, all that I will sort it out. Don't worry about it. In fact, I have mentioned it on the Excel also, that there is a problem with thing. And we'll have to sort it out. So don't worry about it. It has to be every month. It has to be 20,000. We have to sort it out. It's just that they haven't done a proper job this time.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Can you enable screen sharing on us?
Oh yeah, sorry for that, Mohammed. Yeah, okay, yeah, I've done it. I've shared my screen. So yeah, over to you, Mohammed. I have enabled the screen sharing, Mohammed.
Yeah. So yes, Joel and I were in a routine meeting with the client yesterday, along with Anas, so we were having a discussion and about the next steps, and out of that conversation, we came to some new ideas. And one of those ideas that came out of yesterday's meeting was perhaps pivoting our clients to partners, making that transition. So just a bit of background updates. So Joel and I were working for Harley Street Digital, and we were offering them initially the basic services that we do, like social media selling. And now going forward, we want to have a partnership with Harley Street Digital. So going from being a client to now becoming partners. And what does that mean? So what does that mean is, number one, we will do everything to make this business successful. We will run it like it's our own business, not just we clock in and then we clock out like a client, but we become more vested in the outcome of the company itself. Number two, we will start in social selling and social media marketing at the same time. And then we will expand to more services like building websites. And this company deals with care homes. So for them, we expand to building websites for care homes. Then from there on, we go to now tracking analytics on Google SEO. And then we go to paid marketing, and then we expand to CRM and contact center with another partner that they know. I mean, and this is a lot to take in at once. But I think the purpose of this is just to understand making that transition. Initially, this is our client. We did services for them. We give them the weekly reports. But now we are going to become partners, and becoming partners means that there's more to the relationship. There is more commitment, and so many other things from our side. And one of the benefits, I mean, the biggest benefit, obviously, is monetary that we will get out of this new relationship. And we will get upwards more than 75% that of the revenue, the money that this business makes, it's ours. It's not that we get paid $100 or $200. No, we are going to run the business for the client. We are doing everything for that business. It's like our business. And then at the end of the month, we look at the revenue, and then we get the lion's share of the revenue of that month. And that means higher profit margins. And then this partnership will also allow us to scale the operation, and provide more opportunities, more highly paid opportunities to more refugees. And it also gives us credibility and allows us to diversify, from just doing a couple of services to, getting into websites, doing the analytics. We get the whole market from A to Z. We are delivering everything on the spectrum. So that's highly lucrative market. So what does that require from us? And I think for this new model of partnership to really thrive, what we need is just the first thing is the mindset. How we think about the engagement, and we have to look at these new partners as our business. Harley Street Digital is, Joel in my business. It's our business now, and we need to win at whatever cost. We have to do whatever we can, and with that means we don't have to wait for the client to tell us, what to do, and we are not that relationship of you take your cues from the client, and you are just the worker being told what to do. Now we take the initiative. We propose ideas on expansion, ideas on new markets, and all of that. So that's the first one. The second one is just to revise our rates, and we need to capitalize on what we do well, which is social media marketing and also the selling, and combine that for higher pay, which is around $300. And crucially, I think number three is this new opportunity brings also the need for new skill sets. We have to learn skills like SEO, what is paid marketing, what is Google ads, Facebook ads, how do we do all of these things? And I think, Anas was mentioning one of the engines, I think it's engine 3, which is about upskilling and getting these skills so that we can do more things. And I think, none of this is going to work without number 4, which is work ethic, putting in the commitment, and working, that now that we are owners of the business, we really have to, put in more commitment, more, be more communicative, and just overall have a much better work ethic. I think that was basically what came out of our discussion yesterday. And just to give you a bit of background information, the reason that we are going to be taking over this business is because the client is pivoting to a new business. So they started a new business, which is called Medical MBA. If you can just click on the website. So this is the initial business that we were, let me just click. This is the business that initially they were doing. But now, he has decided to do this business, which is providing medical MBA, which is giving business skills to doctors and other people. So as he's now putting more focus on this new business, we are picking up the old business ourselves. But even for this new business, we are clients. So we are with him every step of the way. So for the medical MBA, he's going to be working with us, but as a client, we still do the marketing, we offer the standard service and the rates. So on this new business, he is the client, but on the old business, we are partners. And I think one thing we really want you to understand from today's meeting is just understanding that difference of terminology and what that means. Having a client and then having a business partner. And I hope that that makes more sense. And partnership is more revenue. It means more profit margin, but it also comes with more responsibility, because now as a partner you have to be accountable for the business, and you have to be able to work independently. You have to be able to bring solutions to the table, uh, and then that's why you deserve more revenue. But as a client, it's what you're doing now, which is very standard, just taking your orders from what does the client want to do, and you offer the services to the client. I think that's basically what I really wanted to share with you today, and just to see some of your ideas. Are you excited about this new development, about this new venture? What do you think are some of the potential challenges, and how can we overcome those challenges? But personally, as Mohammed, and I think Joel is going to add to this. I think for me, this opens up a whole new pathway, for the limit for what we can earn. What does that mean? And I think this is now where we go up the food chain, and now we're able to earn more. And I think we're able to, also help businesses grow, and especially, establish our credibility as a company. And I'm really excited about this. And with that, let me just take a pause and invite Joel and Anas to jump in, and then let me stop sharing. Thank you.
Yeah, Mohammed, I think this is fantastic, actually. I think Joel can add, because she was also there in the meeting yesterday, and I really want to get her ideas as well. But primarily, what Mohammed explained is who's a client and who's a partner, right? A client, we do three things: social media marketing, social media selling, and any research, data collection, etc., etc. Right? So these are the three things. But for a partner, there is no three things. We might do 30 things or 300 things until the program succeeds, or their work succeeds, or and there is some good things in it, and there are some very bad things in it. For a partner, we don't get paid even a single dollar. I want that to sink in. So when we take over Harley Street Digital and we start working on behalf of Harley Street Digital and go and win clients for Harley Street Digital, we don't get paid anything. We start to get our money when we start getting clients for our partnership business. I hope you guys are able to understand this small thing, right? Yeah, Joel, I think
I put that in the chat also. Yeah, there's no guaranteed income.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest factor in it.
Yeah, exactly. No, there is no guaranteed income, and that's there. Joel, would you like to add on to this your perspective in terms of partner versus a client?
Anis, I think you have tried to summarize together with Mohammed.
Oops, what happened? Okay.
Oh, sorry. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. No, I was saying you guys have tried to summarize well about yesterday meeting, and that's the truth. The truth is, in as much as this sound exciting, it sounds that big, but there is a lot of responsibilities more than what we can expect in terms of financial outcome directs out of it, especially at the starting stage. So I think that's one thing that we have to take into consideration. And there is more of responsibilities, since you have to report on what we are doing as a partner, and not like as someone who was brought to boost the business to up to a certain level and leave the business anytime. So when it comes to partnership, we are trying to build together that business, trying to make it successful, and not just go there, deliver our service and leave anytime. So I think that's one thing that we have to understand. But the good thing out of it is that we are getting more, let me say, exposure in terms of work, because it's not just what we had initially as Step Up. So we can have a team, like together with the other member of Step Up, to jump in anytime and support the work that we are doing to expand our skills. And then apart from that, also it's in terms of credibility, as Mohammed highlighted, it also gives us a little bit of, a good outstanding as people who deliver good services, since we have also records, not just as people to support, other businesses, but also people who can handle businesses by themselves. So I think that one thing that I just wanted to just add on top of that. And then coming now to payments, yes, in as much as you're trying to put our effort, honestly, we are doing great job and we'll get paid out of it. Yeah. But initially we have to make the business successful so that you can be able to get something out of it, or else we are losing everything, including our credibility.
Oh yeah, very true. Very true. No, look, there are many small things, right? It's always nice to, look at the big picture. But the reason I wanted all of you to hear it from Joel and Mohammed is you also need to think about, can we think of such a model for every client that we are working with or talking to, right? Because you think about it, right? It's a bit tricky model, right? In this model, we are saying, everything, so Harley Street Digital is trying to do many things. We were only doing social marketing and social selling for them before, but now they want to also include search engine optimization, Google ads, Facebook ads, Google Analytics. So they want to include all of these things. They also want to include, customer relationship management, CRM, and contact center. This is not even our capability, right? So we are going to create a menu card of services, a menu of services, and we are going to let our clients choose which one they want. Do they want A, B, C, or D? But it's a very exciting model. And the good news is, Shane, who's been working with us on Harley Street Digital, he's quite confident that he can get us the first few clients, because he has run this business for more than 3 years, and we have helped him for more than 1 year, which means there is a lot of work that has been that happened, and all the benefit of that work, this is the time for that benefit to come. And it is a great timing. If we do the job, then we can benefit from that thing. Okay, so I want you to remember that, number one. Number two, we also need to think slightly differently. Mohammed talked about it, Joel talked about it, but if you have to make Harley Street successful, you have to make their social media successful, the social selling successful. You have to reach out to many more clients, so you have to really do so many things, as a company, not as a job. I think that's a huge difference. Doing it as a company and doing it as a job are completely different things. So I want to just pause here, take your inputs and add it over, in our weekly report. Is there anybody who think there are other such clients today who could possibly become our partner? See, let me also be very open. Harley Street partnership is a very unique partnership. This may not happen with any other client. Do you know why I'm saying this? Does anybody tell me why am I saying Harley Street kind of a partnership is impossible to happen with other clients? No, not at that level. Like, we run everything for them. Any thoughts? Anybody has any thoughts? Because and
Yes,
for running, yes, Joel, please.
Maybe I'm thinking the unique part about these clients and the one that we might try to to reach out about our new plan or project is that we have worked with Shem for quite long, so he knows our services and he also knows our limits, and he's a guy who is really open to also support not just the work that you are doing, but also the entire team, Step Up in general, which can be a little bit different from a client who is expecting us to boost whatever is doing and not caring about your progress in the future. So I think that's the one part that I can just share.
Yeah, no, that's true. That's true, Joel. There is one more part, which is you will not find a client who's trying to close down a previous business and open a new business. That's a very rare thing, right? Only because Shane wants to put all his time on the new business, he's willing to share a lion's share of the revenue with us on the old business. This is not going to be the case for every client. So what may be a practical case is that, I don't know what is the right example. We can become one of the offering, so if you look at it, right, we are offering digital marketing. Shane is offering care home digital marketing. We both are offering the same thing, right? We are offering any digital marketing. Shane was offering care home. It was a very specialized digital marketing. So we are able to just simply move from any to specialized, right? Now this is a very unique case, but I just wanted to put it out in front of you so that you guys can think about it. And are there any more people like Harley Street? Can we do this for Fryer? Can we do this? See, it will not be exactly the same like Harley Street. It will be different. Any ideas, any thoughts? Anybody has any questions, objections, complaints, whatever, about this new way of doing things? No? No, you can even say that this is not going to work, whatever, right?
Hello, Anis?
Yes.
Yeah, I think this is a very great model that we can be using from now on. And this example of High Street might be very unique in its own context. And maybe our existing clients, we might not be able to find someone like them. But we are still very hopeful that maybe our future clients, our prospect clients whom we are trying to reach out, if we can always try to actually emphasize on this particular model, maybe it can work. So it's actually upon us to start thinking through this and see how we can always incorporate it in our conversation, our chat with our prospect clients. And I think we are actually on the way of getting to this with like someone else, another client. I don't know whether I can talk about Harman, Mr. Anis.
Yes. Oh, yes. In fact, that is
sure.
in fact, thanks, Jason. Yes, that is also one kind of a partnership. Yes, very good. You brought it up. Yeah, go ahead, Jason. Talk about Harman. Yeah.
Yes, because from this model presented by Joel and Mahmoud, yeah, I quickly remembered our client. This week we've been having a very interesting meeting, even last week with Harman. I don't know that the team, and then actually, we all seem to be working very hard and tirelessly. And at times, some of us are also getting discouraged midway. But good news is that our work is not going unnoticed. And an example is actually this one of Harman. The people we are contacting include business leaders, donors, and investors as well. And then Harman is one of them whom was reached out recently by Vestin. There is a proposal that Harman sent to us. And if I can remember some of his statement, he said, the beauty behind your initiative is that knowledge cannot be stolen. And knowledge coupled with the opportunity will provide a solution. This was really intriguing to me, and I think to everyone who perused the proposal. So we're able to explore three options for our collaboration with Harman. First of all, we will try and use someone influence within his sphere, possibly working as a volunteer leader. It's something that he's still giving a thought, but he was very excited, actually, very excited about it. We'll get back to you guys with some new development next week because we might generate some leads for him, his partners, of course, people who he might be contacting or we might be contacting on his behalf. In addition, differently from what we normally do for other volunteer leads, Herman is an investor. So he would like that for every client we get from his list, he will be also generating some income, something that we'll decide on either 10% or, I don't know, maybe 20% or so, just like that of our team leaders. Another thing very interesting now, parts of this collaboration is that we are envisaging to nurture a collaboration with him, something that he's ready to do based on the proposal he sent us. He would like to invest in StepUp.One graduates by giving our computers and also join our efforts of reskilling, reskilling concepts. But unlike other people, again, he wants something in return. So, and of course, StepUp.One, we do not receive things for free. I like that statement of Ernest during the meeting. So he will be asking for 10% yearly in return, something that we are still discussing. If we reach the consensus, this would be great, more especially as he's a lawyer. So we gave him a homework to look into the law regulating this. And maybe the last option, we might work for him in case we don't return the 10%, and the investment capital will keep running. So if we make it to the end with Arman, this will be like would actually be a great approach. We can take to another level. And then I hope you still remember right now what Mohammed Mahmoud was sharing with Joel on the difference between clients and partners. This is more of partnering with Harman as our client, of course. And it also seems more sustainable. He's a client, we work together, we collaborate, we get clients who are also pursuing the same cause just like us. He is someone who works in creating employment in the coastal region of Kenya. He lives in Nairobi. And then he was very thrilled to hear about StepUp.One. And he actually realized that this is something he can support. He really wants to support. And he's trying to find a model that he can use for these supports. He really doesn't want to donate. This issue, lot of crisis in Africa and all the donations. This has not actually reached to any, has not brought any solution. But he believes that if people are empowered, are also exposed to opportunity, this would be something great, a mission now that he is ready to join. And This collaboration will give us an opportunity to increase the reach in our mission in terms of, for example, promotion of our skills and expertise. So we might be doing a bunch of things together with Herman, and we are very much looking forward to concluding a deal with him. And then from now on, just like our team is starting looking for different, with another actually different perspective toward Harley Street's digital business. We are going with the same concept, that model. If we get Herman, if we expand this to other clients who are coming in the future, we will be expanding even our work. And this is something that I salute, actually. We can do this. And as our team has mapped out something on this, I'm telling you and I'm assuring you that we can do it. We'll start also with Herman. Thank you.
So yeah, thanks, Jason. I think does anybody's got any questions or let me summarize. Can you all see my screen? Can you guys see my screen?
Yeah, we can see.
Okay, so we talked about Shane's proposal, which is simple. Take over Harley Street Digital and start making money, and you can take 90% of the money. So that's Shane's proposal. We have accepted that proposal and we are already working on it. The second proposal is this one, Harman's proposal. I will, so he's not really told us this, but we told him this, give him 10% and he will try to get jobs for all of us using his networks, whatever. But he's going to get 10% of our revenue. So our, this is one of the proposals that we have on the table. And again, this is not what he told us. This is what we told him. So he's going to look at that. Okay, I don't know whether this proposal is simple or not. I don't know. I mean, ideally, we are telling our volunteers, okay, like Marianne or Tasneem or, which is what I think Shem is going to talk about. What we are telling our volunteers is, look, we will use your profile and we will get jobs using your credibility, your identity. But we will do all the work. And whenever there is a client meeting, you come to the table. That is what we are telling our volunteers. But in this case, what we are saying is we will pay our volunteers 10% of our revenue. We are making our volunteers almost like employers, which means, they will have a very, very significant reason to do this job for us instead of, them being just watchers. Okay, that is the second proposal, or rather Herman's first proposal, but it is our second. The second thing that this is what Herman really told us. He said, what if we can get people to invest in, let's say, invest $1,000 in StepUp.One graduate initially, and the graduate buys his laptop, buys his internet, everything, and he keeps working for it. And then he gives back a 10% return on investment back to the investor. And this is a very complicated proposal. I've asked him to go back, check for viability of this proposal, because, we need to become a bank to do this kind of thing, right? It's very complicated. It's microfinance, whatever, right? But it is a very sound proposal. It's not a thing, right? So they invest, people start investing in us and we start paying them back returns. It's a hardcore proposal. I don't know whether you can even begin to understand the extent of this proposal. And the fourth one, which I don't think, I have told you guys anybody, but I can update you. This is a phenomenal development that has happened in the last couple of weeks. UNHCR has taken us in front of a company called Technomobile. I think it is a Chinese company or one of the, and they have a huge presence in Nairobi and Kenya. And we had a good meeting, and they have, and they are really thinking about, how they can help us with either laptops or mobile phones or internet access, or all three of them. They have not yet, concluded anything, but they said, they will, help us. Then and then what we said is, look, we will work for you. If you help us with this, we will work for you or your teams, to do marketing or selling or whatever. So this is another kind of a partnership. So, Technomobile is like a multi-billion-dollar company. They are not going to share their money with us, right? But if they can give us internet and laptops and this thing, we will give them our services. Harman's proposal is different. Shane's, I just want to pause here for 1 minute and have you guys are able to appreciate the 4 different things that has happened in the last, just 2 weeks. Are you guys clear about all these 4 proposals? I don't know. I mean, somebody, Keisha, somebody, you guys, like Muhammad, do you guys? I mean, we heard a lot about Shane's proposal from Muhammad and Joel, but this is also very interesting. Herman's proposal that Westin and Jason has worked out is phenomenal, and this one, which the UNHCR guys have worked out, is also really good. Any comments, questions on this? What do you guys think about each of them? Okay, let's do one thing. Let's give the floor to Sheila and Shem, because I really want them to talk about this is not a partnership, rather this is there are 2 things that I want to cover. One, let Shem talk about our country leaders that we got for we got Canada already going. Tasneem is being worked upon. Netherlands has already started. Shem is behind it. Canada, Jean-Marie is behind this. We need to start with USA. But Shem, can you just take over and just give us a sense of what do you think about this country leadership? You can also share your screen if you want, but please go take over from Shem. And after you finish, Sheila, you can also talk about the work that you're starting to do for Lander and Fitch. I think that's a phenomenal work, and you guys can show us the work that you're doing, because it's different from social marketing and social selling. Over to you, Shem.
Yeah, thank you, Anis. Let me see if I can. So you want me to share the screen?
Yes, it'll be nice, if everybody see, maybe Marian's, Marian, or it'll be cool, right? Yeah. Just share your screen and do it.
Okay.
Or you can even talk about it. Just keep talking and
Yeah. So let us talk about this, guys. We StepUp is actually growing up and thinking about building the approach of building country ambassadors. So StepUp is actually thinking about First of all, we have managed to connected with Marian Hope, who is in the Netherlands, and who is actually I'm still working on on her profile, but I have started reaching out to potential. We've got a list of potentials from Netherlands, and he's works on that. We've got a bunch of potential clients, and we are hoping to use her credibility to see if we can get more jobs for our refugees graduates. And maybe I would have to ask you a question. Why do you guys think it's important to borrow this country leaders' identity? What do you think about that? Joel, Mohammed, what do you think about this and the rest of the team, the members?
Okay, so can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, if I have just to say a word on that, yes, I think that's fantastic because even big companies like Coca-Cola and Microsoft, they use big icons to push their products, even if we can say that they're the most successful companies in the world. So it's really good approach to use people who are well connected, who have good network, to also use that pipeline to reach out to their people or other people, because that was the issue that we identified as members of this team. Some of us, we don't have enough credibility to convince our clients. So we decided to use the people who are well connected, to use their profile to reach out to people, so that through those people we can be trusted and build, expand our network. Yes, thanks.
Thank you so much, Joel. That's very interesting.
So Shem, I just sharing my screen. So if you look at this, right, so Tasneem is our volunteer lead for Canada. I hope you can see this.
I can see it.
Can you see my screen or?
No, okay, I can see it. Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah. So Jean-Marie is behind Tasneem now, and he's connecting to all the Canadian executives on behalf of StepUp. So if you log in into Tasneem's profile, you will see hundreds and hundreds of messages from Tasneem to all her Canadian colleagues and Canadian executives, number one. And this is the second country leader that we have hired. Her name is Marianne Hope, and she will work for Netherlands. So she's the volunteer lead for Netherlands at StepUp.One. You can see all the same thing that we have done. She's got her experience. She's a professor in the University of Who. So Shem is working on behalf of her to make inroads into Netherlands. What we need is 100 Tasneem and 100 Marians. It's not like it's not like one celebrity. Yeah, that celebrity thing is also very interesting. We'll keep reaching out to more celebrities, but this is more normal, real life people who have nice high positions in their countries, and they are using their positions and credibility in their own countries to reach out to more clients and asking them to help us with jobs. This is what we are trying to do. The ask is, every one of you should keep this in the back of the mind. and also, like find their own volunteers. So for example, Marianne Hop was 100% found by Shem. No one else had any role to play in terms of finding Marianne, convincing Marianne, and making sure that she became our volunteer lead for Netherlands. So yes, Moses, you have something to say? Okay. So the question is, who else here, can we find more Mariannes? Do we know, does Joel, John Bosco, Jason, Emmanuel, Ahmed, do we know more Marians? In fact, Muhammad Hassan, you should also think about this, right? There must be more Marians that we can get in touch with. Right? Are there more people that we could, do you guys know of anybody? Even no, this is not your cup of tea, but at least keep this as an option. So for example, when somebody is discussing, so whenever we are discussing with somebody, either they can become our client or they can become our volunteer lead for our country, for their country. So this is a second option that you can always have for them. And the third option is basically, look, become a paid volunteer. Honestly, that's what we are trying to do with Harman. We'll pay 10% of all our revenues to you if you will get us jobs. That's the third option, which is very, very, new and different. And but still, why should we, let go of any option? Either you become our client, or become our volunteer, or you become our partner, where we will pay you. Am I making sense, guys? I don't know. I want all of you to talk to me, guys. Why nobody is talking? It's not some, I'm not some lecturer trying to lecture everything, to you. You should have a view. You should try to tell me, what do you think, ideally?
Yes,
yes, yes, Kaposo.
As I get the points, I would like to know first the criteria for someone. Secondly, maybe sure the way of talking to someone or somebody who is outside. What is his benefits or her benefits? She benefits to step up, because maybe you can have some connection.
Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry, Kaposo, I muted you by mistake. Can you just, again come back and talk, please? I'm sorry. Kaposo, I muted you by mistake.
Okay.
Oh, you are the problem. You have some problem in your mic. Okay, go ahead, talk.
I say that. You get me?
Yeah.
Okay, I say that it is the good option that we are taking volunteers, but as we don't know what are the criteria of someone to be a volunteer, because we may have some connection outside, like in Australia. If someone has not yet reached in Australia, but what are the what to convince someone to be volunteer? Is it by sending our connection and found someone to connect back and talking to her or him, like be a volunteer of our clients? Yeah. We have to have another way to talk to someone and convince him or her to be our volunteer.
Yeah. No, I think yeah, thanks. I think, look, what we are trying to do is this, right? Let's take an example, right? Let's say we connected with Marianne and we give Marian, you know, would you like to become our client? Do you need our services? Would you need social media, right? And she says, no, guys, I'm not somebody, you know, I'm a teacher, I'm a professor. I don't do social media. Let's say Marian says that. Then we say, Marian, you know, would you like to become our volunteer leader in Netherlands? Then she says, yes, I can do it. That's one easy thing. We can also provide Marian, you know, the third option, which is Marian, would you like to become a paid volunteer? You know, meaning you will get paid 10% of our revenue, you know, for every job that you get for us for the rest of your life, right? For the rest of your life, you get a job for us today, 10 years from now, if the job is still there, we'll pay you. Right? Would you like to become a, so it is 3 different options, you know, so we can say first is a client, second is a volunteer or a mentor, whatever you want to call it, and third is some sort of a partner with whom we are sharing our money. And if Marian becomes our volunteer, she wouldn't do anything. Okay, we will do everything for her, except that she will come in our last meeting with a client and try to, you know, be there, like just show her presence. But if Marian becomes a partner, then we will still do the work, but Marian will be actively working, actively promoting, actively doing so many different things. We have to finalize what are those so many different things that she will be doing, you know, to give jobs to us, because she has a vested interest. She's going to get 10% of all our money, you know, to her. You know, just thinking aloud, guys. I know this is what I think, you know, why you know, everybody gets excited when, you know, there is some money involved, some small financial incentive involved for them, right? And that is what we are trying to bring into the game. Okay, so that's the thing about Marian. Shall we move to Sheila? You know, Sheila, are you ready? Can you show us, you know, what you've been doing for this new client of yours? It's really exciting, at least for me. If you can share your screen and show us, you know, it'll be great. And,
all right.
Yes. Hi, Sheila. Yeah.
Hi.
We can hear you, Sheila.
All right. Let me try sharing my screen.
Sure. Shem, you had raised your hand. Do you have something to say, Shem? Let Sheila share her screen and you can talk in between.
Are you able to see my screen, or I've shared the wrong one?
So far, I'm not able to see anything.
Oh, okay.
Okay. No. I think Sheila is trying to share her screen, but I'm not able to see it. Maybe can I just switch off my camera? I don't know whether it helps. No, Sheila. I think, should I stop sharing my screen? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Wait. Yes. Now I can see your screen, Sheila. Go ahead.
See my screen?
Yeah. We can see your screen. Thank you.
All right. So this is where we record the names of the prospects.
Yeah.
It is typically about typing. We type in the names of the prospects, their companies. So after doing this, we go to the sales navigator.
Okay. Oh, Sheila.
Yes.
Sheila, we are only seeing your, zip file with a lot of,
Oh, okay.
PNG files. We are not seeing your screen. You have to share your desktop, instead of sharing just one screen, you have to click on, share my desktop. Just, put that down. As soon as you put it down, I think, maybe stop sharing and then again start sharing. And when you start sharing, you say, now we can see, now we can see. Yeah, now we can see everything.
Now you can see this one?
Yeah, I can see your Excel, yes.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that.
No problems, no problems.
So this is where we record the information. So you can see this is one one sheet goes up to 400 and something. So we have another here. So it is typically about typing, as I said. It is simple work, but has a lot of you spend a lot of time doing it. You spend a lot of time, but it is very easy. So you go to the sales navigator, you create a lead list, and then you save it there. That is it.
Okay.
Yeah. So unless there is any question.
Yeah, I think, basically, that's thank you, Sheila. Can you, Shem, can you tell us a little bit more about, little bit about the client? Who's the client? What are they trying to do, etc., etc.?
Yeah, for this company, we have Irina. Irina, they want to generate a lead for their future potential, and as far as Sheila has explained, after we have copied the data from the screenshot and to the Google Doc. What you normally do, we have to create a lead from. I don't know if you're seeing my screen.
Yes, we are seeing a screen. Just show the list that Irina sent first.
Okay.
What does the client send to you first?
Okay, let me show you.
She sends a link to her, she has a folder where she keeps some screenshots that have information on them. So all this information is gotten from that folder, from that screenshot, I mean. So you get the name, you get the email, the position in the company name, and then the country where that company is located. So it go from
let me explain this little bit, guys. Actually, see, the client is using a product called Zoom Info. Okay, she's not using LinkedIn. Okay, so she's using a product called Zoom Info to find out all the important clients that she wants to talk to. She sends a screenshot of those things to Sheila and Shem. From the screenshot, Sheila looks at their name, company, and title, goes to LinkedIn, searches for them, and makes sure that they are still there in the same position, same company, and then documents it on Excel and documents it on as a list in LinkedIn Sales Navigator. Is that fairly right, Sheila and Shem, what I've just now said?
Yeah, that is right. I think that the zip folder that was open is the one with the other screenshots that we copy from. So we copy the name and the company name to LinkedIn. We look for that account, that very account. I do that carefully to make sure that I get the correct account. So I copy the link, then bring it in the Excel sheet.
Yeah. Okay, that's cool, guys. Okay. Now, any other?
It's very simple because we do this, we copy company name and the name of the potential client from the HubSpot, and then we look for them to reach out to them. So it is similar. It is similar work.
Yeah, I think yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Yeah, the screenshots contain actually the full personal information of a potential, where we have the company and as Sheila says, even the country where the potential is located in, and I mean every details of the potential is there, even the name that he's using on LinkedIn, and then you have to fill in the Google Sheets. And then if he has changed the company, like a new position or to a new company, then you have to update that also. It's really a great job, okay. It's somehow not really hard, but you only have to be you just have to be careful when filling those bunch of information, those bunch of details, because at the end of the day, if you mess up with only one, you know what will happen. And at the beginning, and if you realize, when we had a meeting with that client, she was so much curious, like she wanted to know, how are we going to manage, how are we going to do this work? I mean, she was not even sure that we're going to do this. But at the end of the day, she was so surprised to see that we are doing it, even as, I mean, we're just doing it as quick as possible than how she was expected it to be done.
Yeah, I'm very, 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 very positive about this. I'm hoping that we will start getting many more jobs from just this one client, right, in the coming days. So I'm really looking forward to that. Thanks, Sheila, and thanks, Shem. Any questions on that you can shoot?
Yes, I had a question.
Yes, please.
Yeah, because maybe the way I thought of this researching service and how they explain it is a bit different, because I thought perhaps, are you getting me?
Yes, we can hear you very well.
I thought perhaps there was information that maybe Sheila will have gone to Google and then try to search. Then the question is, when maybe to you, Anish, when you thought of the researching services, is this what Sheila explained, what it is only involved, or there are other aspects that is also going along with it?
No, I think all of these are just so that after Sheila got this job, right? That's when I changed this whole thing. If you remember, initially it was something else for $300. So now I have added things like creating events and driving audiences. I don't know, even any one of you know how to do this. Researching and data collection, I put it as a separate job. Right, we did this for a person from the US, from Canada, right? Bahana and me, we did this, and we got $300 for doing 3 minutes of work, right? Then what Sheila is doing is this: verification and list building. What does she verify? She's got a list of screenshots. She's verifying whether that person is actually still in the same job, still in the same company, still has the same role, and creating a list in Navigator as well as in Excel. That's all she's doing, and she gets $300 for that. Not bad, huh? Yeah, it's more work. I mean, it's not easy work, huh? By the way, don't think it's easy. It's work. But hey, it's, you don't have to really, you don't have to, break your brain cells for doing this work. I hope you guys able to appreciate it. Both Joel and Mohammed, just remember this whole thing, right? This is what is we are trying to package, together to make Harley Street Digital successful. So we can create events for Harley Street Digital. We can build a list for Harley Street Digital. We can go after. So basically, it's it's not one thing, right? It's a multiple thing. We can create WordPress websites. So it's all of these things put together is what will make us a real partner. Not just doing either this or this, which is why I changed this complete thing. This is still, we can change this. This is still can be changed. It can be, improved. Yes. Any other questions?
Excuse me, Annie.
Yes, Sheila.
I would like to talk about this $100.
Yeah.
There is a client from the US list that told me $100 is such a little amount of money if we really provide quality, or if we really provide value. So I don't know what we can do about that, but I thought like she thought we are scammers because the amount was very little to her.
Which client is this? I don't understand, Sheila. This is
the ones we reach out to. Like I sent a connection, invitation, and that is how she replied. She told me $100 is a very little amount if we really provide value.
Yes, it is. Yes, there is no doubt about it, which is why I am so positive that, we are onto something big. But what did that client say? Did she then hire us?
No, she didn't. She told me she would maybe connect me because I explained to her, and she told me she would connect me to like anyone that would need these services.
Yeah, maybe you should set up a meeting with her, Sheila. We can make her as a volunteer for us.
I will try to reach out to her again and see.
Try to reach out to her and say, would you mind, Okay, so that's the third thing. The last thing before we close today's meeting, I wanted to quickly, talk about the 4 engines quickly. I think, we talked about the 4 engines already, in a much detail, but I really want you to, think about it and, come to the table. So there are 4 things, right? One is the onboarding engine. I think it is working pretty well, but we appointed Keisha as the onboarding leader, so I want Keisha to look at all these steps, Keisha. So, if you look at, if you log in into, your thing, you will see this onboarding engine, right? Which is all the steps. So I'm keen for you to, have a look at it and then, recommend whether some of these steps needs to be removed or some more steps needs to be added. You can discuss with your team, Keisha, right? I think, that's what I wanted you to do, Keisha. Look, it is currently working really well. I mean, I don't have any problems with that, but there are some problems. People still come back to me and keep on asking, should I do this? Should I do that? So that means it's not fully oiled, it is not fully working well. So Keisha, if you, go through this and, and see how this onboarding engine can be perfected, that will be, perfect. So the onboarding engine will stop as soon as you get your first job. So so for example, these things I'll remove from here. So this working on social selling, I'll remove. Working on social media, I'll remove. Mastering social media marketing, I'm going to remove, because onboarding should stop as soon as you get your first job. So there is only 1, 2, and 3 in onboarding engine, and the number of tasks is 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33. So there are 33 tasks to do in the onboarding. Right, Keisha? There are 33 tasks. I want you to look at each and every one of those 33. You see this number 33, and then see how this could be made into, even more simpler. Maybe, 20 steps instead of 33. Yeah. So that is your job, Keisha. I want you to perfect the onboarding engine And the result of the onboarding engine is visible in the Excel sheet. I think, Kisha, you did a fantastic job. I remember, you asked everybody to refill it, right? So make sure that, Kisha, because this is the proof that onboarding is working well, correct? If this Excel is not there, then we don't know whether it is working well or not, right? So this is still a problem, right? We have more than 250 people in many groups, but only 61 people have updated this Excel sheet, right? So Kisha, you have to figure out a way how to, bring this Excel sheet up to date in terms of thing. And also, see, this is a new information that UNHCR has requested. They're asking me to fill in this new thing called education completed. Either you have never been to school, in which case you say none. You've been to primary, say then primary. You've been to secondary, then say secondary. If you have going to university, then you can say university. This is something that I just introduced, so that's why only few people are filling it up. But if you can make sure that everybody fills it up, Kisha, that will be awesome. And second, we need this Excel to have all the graduates and their details, not, so Kisha, just figure out how to do this. Number one. Number two, coming back to the second engine, which is the reskilling engine. So Joel, I think you are the leader for this. Maybe I can work with Joel and maybe one more person on this reskilling. So the reskilling engine, what I've done is we have to reskill. I think this is the one that we already really know: social selling. I've got social marketing, media marketing. I have included social media research as well, and slowly I will include search engine optimization, Google Ads, and few more skills. Okay. Because even though they are a part of social media marketing, I prefer to keep them separate and keep them, precise. Because what we do in social media marketing is simple: posting, commenting, liking, sharing. We don't do, search engine optimization in social media marketing in our steps. So I want to see how to, bring that reskilling here. And this is going to be super, super important, Joel. I really think, if anybody else wants to join us, in this reskilling, I'm more than happy to, have, because we need to perfect this engine. Okay. Then I'm still to add the two more engines: the finding jobs engine and the working for a client engine, because even those two things are important. And I need, so let's keep thinking on these four things. Just in terms of, access to this, Joel, Mohammed, because if you're going to work with me, Kisha, you need to be able to come in. You should be able to see this ClickUp screen. You should be click on this, click on that, add, delete, remove, make changes. You should be able to do all those things. So make sure that, you have the access. If you're not, just reach out to me. But this is important. This is where we are storing our whole thing. We are not just storing this. We are also exposing the same thing to our graduates. So basically, any new graduate who comes in, he doesn't need to have access to the entire thing. We just give him a link and he's got everything. Right? So this is the only link you need to ever send it to any new graduate. We welcome the new graduate. We tell them what we are. We tell them where they have to go to join the WhatsApp groups. Then we tell them, to click on the step-by-step system and just keep continuing to do the job. That's it. This is the instructions: 1, 2, and 3, 33 things to do. That's all. 33 tasks. That's it. So I want each engine to have this really, really, very, very specific thing, so that everybody can, benefit from this. Again, I don't know, you understand why we are trying to do this, right? We are trying, and we want to be able to have engines that will just keep on running, without anybody's help, without, so it should be a self-driven engine. That is what we are trying to, create. And we need to, as a team, we need to come together. I think, I know many of you want to just focus on somehow getting your first job. I don't blame you. I don't blame you at all. Just do that. But some of you especially the team leaders, you have to really, think about how do you do this, just as a thing, if you can't do it, if you don't know how to do it, I'm always there. But it's important that we create these engines which actually scale. Yeah, that's pretty much what I had for today. Yeah, I'm happy to discuss anything else that you guys have in mind. We have 10 more minutes to go. But that's all. Any questions, comments? I think this is a very important week, especially the clients going to partners is a significant breakthrough. Even the ones that UNHCR has introduced is also very good. If we can somehow get laptops and internet access in a bulk way, that will change our trajectory, especially laptops. I'm sure many of you don't have laptops already, so that is my number one priority, that I have to sort out.
Okay. Yes, Anis.
Yes, Kaposo. What do you have anything to add onto it? Yeah.
No, only I had one recommendation and one question to Sheila.
Mm-hmm.
So my first, it was the recommendation. I would like Kisa to share the Excel sheet in the main group so that we can access it easily to fill those missing. Secondly, I would like to ask maybe Sheila, what are the targets of her job, the job they are doing? What is the targets? They normally be given what kind of targets to reach how many people, many companies, maybe per month or per week? Thank you.
Okay, the first question answer is already here. It is in step 10. If you click on step 10, you get the Excel sheet. Fill in your details. Can you see it, Kaposo?
Yes, I can see.
Click on this thing and then click on the Excel sheet. That's it. You'll get the Excel sheet.
Okay, right.
The second is the target is a very, very good question you are asking. Westin, I'm going to put you on mute, just before you can come off mute a little later. The second question is super, super interesting question, Shem. Shem can answer. Sheila can also answer. But, this is almost like, like I said, there is no real target. Shem and Sheila are working really hard to finish almost like daily or weekly targets. So I don't remember whether you have seen. So first we got the Europe list, then we got the Middle East list, then we got the Nordics list. So the client has keep on giving us country by country different lists. Sam and Sheila are working together and giving them the verified sales navigator list within a period of 3 to 4 days. And so far they have done 2 countries and they are doing the 3rd country now. So it is almost like happening on a weekly basis. It's not like 400 clients, 500 clients, it's happening every day, every week.
Well, just to be some more specific, like the first targets we were able to generate around 401 potential for their future prospects. And then the second one, we had around 100 and something. And then today, this weekend, we actually have another one for almost 200 leaders we have to generate, but we have to generate, but we have to first of all to getting those data from the screenshot to the Google Doc and and so forth. Kaposho?
Yes.
Yeah, I also had you asking a question on the StepUp volunteer leads. In fact, this should be someone maybe you have worked with, like in the past, maybe some years back, and then and maybe he's a friend, and then you think you can bring him, or maybe, okay, let me say maybe you've got a friend in the US, and then that friend of yours is really, he has got a credibility, and you know him, and maybe you once live with him, or maybe worked with him in the refugee camp, so you can get in touch with him, and then you try to ask him if he can volunteer. And then if he really wants to volunteer, he will definitely ask you to tell him more about StepUp, and what exactly do you need from him. That's when you organize a meeting, and then you set up a call, and then you can further everything on a call. So if you've got one from Australia, you just have to do the same, actually.
Yeah, that's fantastic, Shem. In fact, if see, look, if you talk to somebody at our level, as in like, there is one or two people who have moved to the US, who's been a part of StepUp, and they all want to continue with StepUp, and they all want to see how they can reach out to the US clients. And I tell them exactly the same thing. You can create your own team in Kakuma or Kisiba, and you be the front end person in the US, and you keep on getting jobs. You get, as a team leader, you get 20%, and as a person who's going to work, they get 80%. So it's win-win for both of you. Am I making sense, guys?
Yes.
Yeah. So we can offer. You don't have to be a volunteer. We can make you a team leader, and we can make you a partner. We can share 10% of our revenue, 20% of our revenue. We don't absolutely fine. You need more jobs. So
okay.
Any other comments?
Not really a comment, but it was a question in me, but you've responded it how you we need to be prepared on the partnership, and already to lay a plan of how it will be a training on CEO, Google Ads, Facebook Ads, and whatever thing that along with the digital marketing. So I had a question how prepared we are to embrace the other model that we've gotten introduced to, but we've already answered it.
So I've just created all the 4 engines. Onboarding engine will be done by Keisha, reskilling by Joel, jobs by Shem, and clients by Bahana. Let's try to work on these 4 engines and try to make them a self-driven engine, so that nobody needs to help anybody to make that happen. Okay, let's take it from here. Maybe I think this has been a great meeting. Let's meet next week. And one small last request. What I will ask, one of the recommendation and suggestions from some of the leaders were that we start presenting as a part of our client engine. All the team leaders start take like minute or two, just like you guys did today, but a couple of minutes, and talk about your clients and what you're doing with them. So Shem will talk about Lander, Keisha will talk about Freya, John Marie will talk about, so just a few clients of yours, what you're doing, how's the progress. We'll give you everybody a format so that it's easy for everybody to just talk about it. So already we are working on that kind of a thing, so that that we can check the clients engine. The jobs engine, I think Shem, we both will work on that together, because the onboarding engine is only for the new people who are trying to get the first job. But the jobs engine that we need to run is for all the leaders and everybody how to make that happen. So Shem will talk about it and how we can make that happen. So every week we'll try to see the health of each one of these engine. And for me, the most important engine is the jobs engine. It is there here as well as here in the onboarding also. Because we want the first job to be a part of the onboarding. Job cannot be separate, it's a part of onboarding. So that's why I kept the jobs here as well. But anyway, let's work on that, and then from next week I would like you guys to also present your clients and all these 4 things, and we'll work on it slowly. We'll work on it, but I think it's been a great meeting today, and we'll see everybody next week.